Hey, it's Amy Shaw here. I'm out and about, Austin traffic, a little bit treacherous. In my car, have some things on my mind. I was thinking first of all about the video I made the other day about my own shamanic initiation and death. And I think I was so caught up on telling my own personal story that there was some educational components that I left out. And I would like to just touch on those real quick, so this isn't going to be a very long video at all. Mostly I just wanted to talk about initiation. I think that the word initiation makes it sound like, you know, it's just the start of something and like it's a one-time thing and it's a quick thing. In actuality, shamanic initiation is a very, very long process, decades actually. In traditional indigenous cultures, even when there's a shaman and an apprentice type relationship, even still that can still take decades. What discerns the initiate from the actual shaman, I kind of alluded to this a little bit in the video that I made about my own personal story, is actually the act of service. But a lot of people, especially in our culture, because we don't have that traditional model and method of apprenticeship, a lot of people kind of strike out into a shamanic role while they're really still in the initiation process, for a lot of reasons. One, because they don't have somebody there sort of mentoring them, telling them, well, you're not really ready yet, or they're not getting that kind of feedback. Two, because there is such a need in our culture right now for shamans and shamanic practice, that people are just, you know, going out there and attempting to do it and sort of learning trial by fire. But that's not the ideal way. Ideally, somebody should be really, really prepared to step out in shamanic practice. And it really is sort of a rite of elderhood. And it comes from decades and decades. So really, I'm 40, I'm going to be 45 this year actually. And I'm really, for all intents and purposes, probably considered really young to be stepping out into shamanic role. Mostly you won't see, you know, real authentic shamans, people that have really, you know, sort of gone through the purification and the whole range of initiation rites and all that stuff. You usually aren't going to see that until somebody's in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s. So the actual time period of service is relatively short in comparison to the initiation process. Now, that's not to say that people can't be of service while they're in initiation. They can and they should, but it's still really practice at that point. It doesn't become, you know, the full-fledged shaman thing until you've really reached elderhood. It's just the rite of passage of elderhood. And like I said, I'm young to be stepping into that role at just 45. But as I shared in my personal sort of testimony of my shamanic path, you know, I've been out on my own virtually really since I was 13. I got kicked out of the house when I was 13. Came back for a little bit, but I started out my life really, really young. You know, got married at 15, became a mother at 16, so I'm a little bit ahead of the curve in that regard. And also, as I shared in my personal story, my shamanic initiation actually occurred in really early childhood. I was initiated into darkness. So, and even still, you know, there comes a certain kind of humility that accompanies, you know, stepping into that elderhood role. It's scary, and I don't mean it from a fear-based point of view. I mean it from a point of view of a holy fear, you know, a reverent fear. You know, when you really understand what you're messing with, what the ramifications can be, when you understand how easy it is to fall into sorcery and all these kind of things, it can be intimidating. And so there should be, you know, certain reticence or humility or reluctance that comes from transitioning from being an initiate into a community-based shamanic model. So anyway, that's just what I wanted to say. I don't think that I made that clear enough, that initiation's a very long process. It lasts decades. And the difference between the initiate and the shaman really is elderhood and purification, of having gone through a tremendous amount of ego purification and assimilation and all kinds of alchemical processes. You know, the only thing I want to say too really quick before I go is yes, there are a lot of people that have stepped out that are, oh God forbid, in their 20s, but even, you know, in their 30s or early 30s, and they're calling themselves shaman. It's not really for me to say one way or the other what or who somebody is, and it's very likely that they could be on a shamanic path, but I'm a little bit leery of somebody that's, you know, in their 20s or in their 30s and they're calling themselves a shaman. You know, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but we have to be really careful. There's a lot of ego ties that come with the label, and you know, you really have to be free of that before you can honestly really step into a role of service for other people. So anyway, just wanted to clarify that, and as always, if you have questions, comments, you know, leave them under the video, message me privately, whatever you need to do. I love you guys, and have a great day.